All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to yet another live stream. The weekend is well and truly upon us. The Premier League season is up and running. And surprise, surprise, Man United has come back their way to yet another victory in the first match of the Premier League season. This is what they do, man. This is what they do, and this is what they do best. So, kudos to them. Fulham, you dirty, dirty rats, man. If only you guys had some level of integrity up front, maybe you could have done something. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is that. We're here to talk about the latest Chelsea news. Lots popping off. Enzo Maresca publicly coming out and sending a message to Ben Chilwell. Here's a message just for you, Ben Chilwell. Publicly stating that, my man, it's time for you to leave. If it wasn't clear enough from the get-go, now he's actually publicly stating that, Mr. Ben Chilwell, unfortunately, there is no room for you in the squad. And not only there's no room for you in the squad, you actually don't even meet the criteria of being a part of this philosophy under Enzo Maresca. So we're going to talk about that. Clear message from Enzo Maresca, public message. A lot of people are not happy that it's public because it might ruin Ben Chilwell's market. We probably slashed off a few more millions, but look, at the end of the day, was there really a market for Ben Chilwell? We'll talk a lot about all of this. Joao Felix, ladies and gentlemen, Gallagher and Joao Felix, breaking news late last night that it is now imminent. It is now imminent. Chelsea getting closer and closer to an agreement for Joao Felix, and it's going to happen. My daughter is here banging on the door saying hello. Hey, how you doing, buddy? So we'll talk about Joao Felix and Gallagher. Gallagher to Atletico Madrid was already done anyway, so that one is just waiting on Joao Felix, and now looks like we are very close to an agreement for Joao Felix. He really wants to join Chelsea Football Club. He's willing to take a pay cut, and I can appreciate that. Look, overall, I know all along I've said that it's a position, it's a player that is unnecessary for me. I'm more focused on the striker. I'm more focused on if you want to get an out-and-out winger. But look, I'm not going to complain. If Joao Felix comes to Chelsea Football Club, I've always loved Joao Felix and how brilliant he is in terms of his skill set and in terms of his attacking prowess. Obviously, his numbers got to be better, but you can't ignore the fact that Joao Felix's desire to join Chelsea Football Club. He didn't want to leave after the Graham Potter season. When he was on loan, he actually didn't want to leave, but Pochettino was the one that kicked him out. A lot of us actually wanted Joao Felix to stay at Chelsea Football Club under Pochettino, but Pochettino decided against it. And now with so many players that we have, I felt it was a bit unnecessary. However, having said that, it is imminent, and I'm going to wish him all the best at Chelsea Football Club, and I'm going to be ecstatic to watch how Enzo Maresca deploys all of these attacking players. We have quite a lot of games to play this season with the Conference League as well, so we want to win the Conference League. We want to do well in the domestic cups. And I feel like with the inclusion of Joao Felix and potentially Osimhen, we're going to talk about Osimhen. John Obi Mikel talking a lot of shenanigans as well on social media. We're going to talk about that. And man, plenty to go through. Ladies and gentlemen, within the first 5 minutes, we've nearly got 200 people live. Smash the like button as soon as you come through. Big up to each and every one of you guys. Valan, big up to SXTHY, big up. Cat Lego, Daniel Knight, Marcus, Ben has to go. He has no future, of course. Young Cuenca, big up to you. Spectra, we've got Chris Meister, big up to each and every one of you guys that has joined in. All the regulars that are on a regular basis coming into the channel and always participating in the live chat and always participating in the interactions. Love it, man. Love it. Love the fact that you guys show so much support and helping to grow this channel. So smash the like button. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Let's get to 35,000 subscribers. Very, very close now. I think less than 150 away or 150 away for 35,000. And then we progress towards 40. We really need to get to 40 ASAP. It's just been too long, man. Let's get there. And later on today, we'll have the Liverpool Ipswich versus Liverpool watch along as well. So we're going to try and cover as much as non-Chelsea games too, as much as non-Chelsea content as well. So yeah, big up Shubra, big up Rustenberg, Reese. We've got Queen 96, Okunte. We've got Quella in the house. We've got Dominic Chandler. Big up each and every one of you guys. All right, first up, ladies and gentlemen. First up, let's go. This is the news that has popped off late last night, UK time. Breaking. Maresca on Chilwell. It's probably better he goes and leaves and finds minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what your thoughts are. Publicly stating Maresca. Me personally, I'm actually quite impressed. I'm very impressed with Enzo Maresca, not hiding. And, whenever he needs to be diplomatic, he's diplomatic. Wherever he needs to tell the truth, he's telling the truth. And whenever he needs to provide in terms of insight, tactical insight, he's doing that. So for me, Enzo Maresca, I have to be honest, I'm liking so far the way he's moving. He's quite an astute character so far. He's not really fluffed around too much. And so far, I'm very impressed. Very, very impressed. He's not coming out and stating what Pochettino did last season in the beginning. We must win today. We must win tomorrow. We must win yesterday, day before yesterday, and all sorts of nonsense that that Pochettino was sprouting last season. Enzo Maresca has not done anything like that. He's been very, very calculative towards how he's articulating his conversations, and I think this is quite admirable. At the end of the day, look, every single one of us knew that Ben Chilwell simply does not fit Chelsea Football Club at the moment. The brother is always, he's always injured. He's injury-prone player. He's barely featured that much for the past 2 to 3 seasons. And on top of that, now that Enzo Maresca is here, Ben Chilwell, his skill set simply, he can't play with the ball. The man simply can't play with the ball. His technical levels are not there. And he's at a stage in his career where it's not like his technicality is going to get any better. He's not going to all of a sudden become a ball-playing left back. Chilwell age, I just want to have a look at his age. He's 27. He's going to be 28 in December. So look, yeah, time to let go of him. Vice captaincy has been taken away from him as well, and he's no longer part of the conversation anymore. So look, I'm quite fine with it. Let's see what you guys are saying in the live chat. Did you appreciate how public Enzo Maresca was about this? Do you still think Ben Chilwell has a future at Chelsea Football Club? Or do you think, nah, you know what? This was absolutely perfect. Now Ben Chilwell needs to go out there, contact his agent, and start speed dialing all sorts of other clubs to get a new job. My brother, LinkedIn. Go to LinkedIn and find a job. Keep yourself open for jobs, open for new roles, and see if there's any recruiters out there that's going to reach out to you. Brother, you are going to be unemployed very soon. You need a club. I mean, look, yeah, at the end of the day, he's got a contract with Chelsea. He can stick around, but you're not going to see any game time, unfortunately. So better for you to go and find a new club. I think Man United could be interested. Raphael, hello, Miz. Just came from Eunice's video concerning the Mikel drama. Mikel is correct. Chelsea must win now, not in 5 years, when they are ready to sell. As for Chilwell, thanks, but he has to go. Yeah, we're going to get to the John Obi Mikel drama. I agree. 5 years is a bit too long. And look, I don't think it's really going to be a 5-year thing. Royston, big up to you, my man. Chilwell just fits the old school style of playing. That's why he did well with Tuchel. Yeah, well, Thomas Tuchel played with wingbacks, genuine wingbacks. And, Ben Chilwell is a genuine wingback. but at the end of the day, he can't invert. He's not very good on the ball. And even if we wanted to play him as a winger, he's not good 1v1. And then his production on that left side is not good enough as well. Chelsea for life. Remember, Reece James to be kicked out next season. To be honest, could not blame the club. The man's never fit. Oh, look, if Reece James is also this season unable to feature in many games, like if Reece James misses more than 50% of this season again due to injuries, I mean, can we blame the club to selling him? We can't blame the club. The man is injured again. Apparently, he's back into the grass and he's training, but the man is injured as we speak. So, I can't blame the club if this injury situation continues. I can't blame the club for getting rid of him and making some pure profit out of him, because this game is about being available. Unfortunately, this game is about being available. Chilwell is bigger than Enzo Maresca. Button. What? Chilwell is bigger than Enzo Maresca. A bit bigger like what? How bigger? Inside the pants or something? Brother, Enzo Maresca is the club manager. He's the club head coach. Chilwell is not bigger than him. Unless you mean somewhere else he's bigger. I don't know. Maybe you've checked a few things and you've compared the length. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm not interested about that. But 100% Maresca is, in terms of being the head coach, his level is a lot higher than Ben Chilwell. Do you know what I mean? Parminder Singh, Sasrakal Paji. Miss, do you remember how calm Badiashile was when he first joined? I just hope our CBs start performing. Yeah, look, this is the place where I'm very, very worried. I'm very worried about the defense. I think from a midfield standpoint, from an attacking standpoint, it will click eventually enough, but I'm very worried about the defense. We don't have a single boss in defense. And I need all of these players. Wesley Fofana, Levi Colwell, Badiashile, Desasi. I'm pretty sure I've missed out on field. Tosin. I need all of these players to lift. Big time. Chilwell stands got to go. I can't believe there's actually Chilwell stands. Like, look, I appreciate all the efforts. I appreciate the service that Chilwell has given us. But Chilwell stands, like, there are other players that you can. First of all, being a player stand is so idiotic. It's so stupid. I mean, players, you should not be standing players. Like, these are not, believe me, these are not the greatest role models out there. Okay, appreciate them because they, your players, your club employs them. You love the club, so appreciate them from that perspective. But stands. But on top of that, if you are going to stand, Chilwell, come on, man. There are other players that you can stand. Royston, we need to get rid of players that doesn't fit Maresca's style. That's just what happens when you chop and change all the time. Of course, this is not a new phenomenon. Oh my God, the manager comes in starting to get rid of players that I used to like. No, this is what happens, New manager, new philosophy. Some players will fit, some players won't. This is why it's very important for up-and-coming players. It's very important that you are versatile. Like, look at Gallagher. For instance. Gallagher's another one. Doesn't fit all system. Conor Gallagher, Atletico Madrid. I can't wait to watch Atletico Madrid in La Liga. I'm not even lying. I think Conor Gallagher, Atletico Madrid is going to buzz. Absolutely going to buzz. And watch, a lot of people be like, oh my God, that's the Conor Gallagher we let go of. Believe me, Conor Gallagher under Enzo Maresca will never work. So there are limitations on certain players. And this is why for the upcoming players, future generation, you can't have limitations, man. You can't. Like Mason Mount's another one. Mason Mount, another limited player. Players need to be able to play all types of football, man, or else you're really limiting yourself. Look at Mason Mount against Fulham yesterday, or early morning for me today. He was barely even involved in any of the play. I can't believe how he scammed the number 7 at Man United. But look, kudos to us. We got the money. But my days, that Mason Mount, I'm sorry to say, he's I can't actually, you know what? I can't even say West Ham anymore because West Ham are actually done well. West Ham have bought very good. Mount's probably like a Everton type of a player, under Sean Dyche. That's the type of manager that he needs. Frank Lampard, for instance. Frank Lampard, let's be honest, not the greatest manager, but that's the type of manager that Mason Mount needs. Ashraf, big up to you. People forget, Maresca just put a massive amount of pressure on Chelsea to sell Chilwell, knowing there's limited market for him. Plus, any club will have leverage on price. Not sure he leaves, though. So, look, that's a good point. Ashraf, very, very good point. A lot of people have been saying that him publicly stating this, really is not the best case scenario for Chelsea. We are losing any level of leverage that we can have in the market because now publicly we're stating that we need to get rid of this guy. Look, I understand where you're coming from, Ashraf, but what market did Chilwell really have? I think Enzo Maresca publicly stating this, we need to think we need to use not reverse psychology. We need to go backtrack a little bit. Why did Enzo Maresca publicly state that? Honestly, ask yourself the question, why did Enzo Maresca publicly put this statement out? I think Enzo Maresca publicly put this statement out maybe because Chilwell's too complacent. Maybe Chilwell's not even looking for a club. Maybe Chilwell thinks, I'm happy where I am. Like, I'm happy to collect my check. I'm happy if I'm not part of the squad. I'm happy. I'm happy to be in the hotel. If you don't select me, I'm happy to turn the TV on, watch my team. If you select me, I'm in the bench. I'm happy. If you play me, I'll do my best. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy, Ben Chilwell. I think Enzo Maresca is trying to send a message which he probably couldn't send in the field. Or maybe he tried his best and he couldn't get through to him. He had to publicly state that, brother, if you're not getting the hint, it's time for you to go. It's time for you to go. So perhaps he's taking that angle, because why should Enzo Maresca have to say this publicly? Enzo Maresca could say this publicly about Chukwuemeka, for instance. Chukwuemeka, there's just too many midfielders, right? But he's not saying that about Chukwuemeka because Chukwuemeka probably actively looking for a club. You know what I mean? There are certain players he's not publicly stating this because they're going out there and they're trying to find a club. Maybe Ben Chilwell, very relaxed, collecting my pay, good pay. Why should I leave? Gather as much as money as I can because I'm going to turn 28. My career is coming slowly to an end. It's not like Ben Chilwell's got many years left. And the fact that he's so injury prone, just collect the money, man. Collect the money. So this is why he probably had to send the message publicly and get social media behind it as well to get the brother to really start moving on. I feel maybe that's the case. Shubra, if Maresca didn't say this, he would never have left. There you go. Now there is a possibility. There you go. Shubra understands. Shubra absolutely understands. Ashraf saying, I expect same treatment for Sterling then. Look, maybe he doesn't feel like that about Sterling. One thing you definitely need to say, Sterling may not be good enough, but it's not like Sterling can't play Maresca's football. Chilwell, injury prone. Chilwell can't play this system. So Chilwell is just a categorically no. Enzo Maresca has also said many times publicly that he finds it difficult to put where Chilwell can play. He can't figure out where the best part. At least with Sterling, you can say, yeah, he can play wing. He can be a winger. He can definitely play Enzo Maresca football. Like Sterling is from a technical point, he's not a rubbish player. Like he can pass, he can play 1-2s. Like he's played under Pep Guardiola. The issue with Sterling is he's not good enough as well. Like Sterling is ineffective. Do you know what I mean? So Enzo Maresca is not going to publicly come out and say, "Oh, I find it very difficult to put Sterling in my team." He can easily put Sterling in the team, and I'm pretty sure the club, the kind of business we're doing, I'm pretty sure Sterling is getting an indication that he's not going to get game time, right? So. Look, I understand what you're saying, Ashraf. Why isn't he saying that about everyone else, right? I think everyone else might be on the lookout to leave the football club. So, there's been some information, as some of you guys have been saying on the live chat. Dematio coming out and saying that Sterling might have been up for a swap with Chiesa. So I don't know how much of that is true. Federico Chiesa of Juventus. Apparently, he's out of favor as well at Juventus. And Raheem Sterling, Chelsea Football Club have contacted Juventus, as per Dematio, saying that Raheem Sterling's name was thrown up there, but from a financial standpoint, Chelsea just didn't want to continue on the conversation with Juventus. Now, I don't know how much of that is true. The other factor is Chiesa on top of Joao Felix, on top of Pedro Neto, Cole Palmer. Like, do we really also need now Chiesa? I don't think so. I personally don't think we need Chiesa as well. Now the fact that we're getting Joao Felix, just get me a striker, get me Osimhen, and I think that will be the end of that. No need to also get Chiesa, also get Joao Felix, also get Osimhen. I think it's a bit too much, and I also think Dematio. He's talking a lot of nonsense. He really is. At the end of the day, Raheem Sterling's on big money, man. Big money. He ain't leaving Chelsea Football Club until he finds that level of money somewhere else. Now, you can say the same thing about Ben Chilwell too. He ain't leaving until he finds the same level of money. But you best believe Raheem Sterling, he will at least be in the squad. Ben Chilwell, on the other hand, I don't think he'll be in the squad ever again. Unless there's some injuries. It's just smokescreen just to force Atletico to lower their fee. Yeah, perhaps that could be the idea. Chiesa wouldn't improve us, and the injury has affected Chiesa a lot. Prior to the injury, Chiesa was sensational. After the injury, it's going to take a bit of time for Chiesa to come back to his normal ways. Henry, big up to you. I think it's time for Sterling to go for the bag in Saudi Arabia. Look, there's a lot of players we want them to go to Saudi Arabia, and yeah, there's a lot of money out there, but not every player's up for going there, Not every player's up for going there. So Sterling, there's a reason why he came back to London, especially Chelsea Football Club. His mum apparently lives in London, so he came back to his family and to be closer to his mum. Now he's going to go to Saudi Arabia. Not everyone fits that lifestyle, Saudi Arabia, Muslim nation, Muslim country, I would love to live there, but it's not for everyone else. There's strict rules and regulations. Yes, Raheem Sterling, it's not an easy place for him to go. I don't think so. Even though Saudi Arabia might give him a lot of money, it's not just about the money. You got to live there. If no offers come, he should stay and eat that 300K. It's not every day that one earns 300K a week. So, look, I think Raheem Sterling, he would still want to play. I don't think he wants to just give up on his career as yet. But let's see. Queen 96 means, are you confident we will finish top 4? Your Premier League predictions, by the way, I don't think Sterling will leave this window. He wants to stay in London. Yeah, look, I feel if we get Joao Felix and Osimhen, it's a must. Like, how can you not? You have to go for top. You must finish 4th at least. With that level of firepower, that level of technical ability, yeah, I know it's a new manager. Yeah, it's going to take a bit of time. But Joao Felix has played for Chelsea before. It shouldn't take him too long to adapt to the Premier League. He's played in the Premier League. Osimhen, I feel like, will fit in like a glove in the Premier League. You have to get 4th bare minimum. Look, if we come fifth, I'm not going to be. Look, my expectation was probably fifth or sixth prior to all of this drama, like the Joao Felix drama. But now that we're going to get Joao, look, defensively we're still suspect. So that we have to get better. But as I said, if we end up getting Joao Felix and Osimhen, then I think fourth is a bare minimum. That's my personal opinion. I'm hearing Chelsea will put add-ons into the deal for Felix, and they will directly link to his performances. There you go. The latest in regards to Joao Felix. Let me have a quick look at the absolute latest. There you go. This is the absolute latest. Chelsea and Atletico Madrid are very close to reaching an agreement for Joao Felix. So, look, ladies and gentlemen, this is imminent. Joao Felix to Chelsea Football Club is just a matter of time now. Matteo Moretto is been on top of this transfer saga ever since it broke. Obviously, Fabrizio Romano is there too. And Matteo Moretto thinks that it's now getting very close to reaching an agreement. So we're going to have this player at Chelsea Football Club. As I said, I still think it's unnecessary. However, I've always loved this player. And, once this is done and he becomes a Chelsea player again, I'm going to be buzzing. I'm absolutely going to be buzzing. I'm going to be excited. I can't wait to see how Maresca is going to use all of this plethora of attacking prowess that we have now. I can't wait to see how he utilizes everyone and gets the best out of Chelsea Football Club. And hopefully we can win a lot of games and we can compete for that Champions League position. We need to get back into Champions League, and this level of transfers, I'm glad. Look, I'm very, very happy that all of a sudden our board and our owners, they clicked into gears, and they're making these good transfers. Pedro Neto, sensational transfer. Hopefully Pedro Neto can stay fit, and that will become a sensational transfer for us. And on top of that, Joao Felix, maybe a Osimhen. I'm loving it. Look, it's gone from buying all sorts of kids to now finally buying some proper talented players. I've got experience at the highest level. It's good to see, and this is what we needed to compete. So yeah, I'm hearing Chelsea will put add-ons into the deal for Felix, and they will be directly linked to his performances. So there you go. For his own benefit, well, the add-ons are really Atletico Madrid's benefit, but nonetheless, look, Joao Felix's numbers have got to be better. Bottom line, Joao Felix's numbers, as talented as he is, as fantastically, brilliant that he looks in attack, and all the technical ability that he has, his numbers don't seem to marry up. So it needs to start marrying up. He needs to score goals. He needs to assist a lot. We've got a lot of competition, so he can do a lot of damage. And I hope Joao Felix can focus on that. And if he does that, then that's kudos for Atletico Madrid. They'll make more money out of that. So look, the add-ons, yeah, it helps us in the sense that it can reduce the transfer fee. But if they're performance-based, we want him to do well. Those add-ons are going to be kicked in, and eventually enough. Atletico Madrid will make the money that they want to make out of Joao Felix. So, but the only thing is, it's not something that's upfront, which helps us out. It's something for the future. Once Joao Felix performs well, those add-ons kick in. Shubra, Felix agreed our contract offer means he took a significant payout. I like this. Absolutely like the commitment. I love the commitment this player is showing to join Chelsea Football Club. I really do. Taking a pay cut. He's on some monster wages at Atletico Madrid, He's on some monster wages, and he's taking that pay cut to join us, knowing that we've got a wage structure, and he wants to abide by that. I have to appreciate that, man. He wants to join Chelsea Football Club. He wants to take a pay cut to join Chelsea Football Club. I appreciate that. I truly do appreciate the effort he's putting to join us. So that shows that he's very keen on joining us only. He could have done the same thing with any other club, by the way. He could have done the same thing with any other club, taking a pay cut, this, that, the other, but he really wants to come back to Chelsea Football Club. I really appreciate that. Paragon, Miss, the ages of these players are still within the club strategy, but they have better quality, which you mentioned in the past. There you go. Absolutely. Soham, big up to you. Hello, Miz. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. Blah, blah, blah. I hope your friends and family are also doing well. Appreciate that at home, especially considering the recent incidents in Bangladesh. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that lovely, lovely message. Miz, Gonçalo Ramos got injured, possibly a bad one as well. Do you think PSG will go back in for Osimhen now? Look, they may very well do that. They may very well reach out for to Napoli for Osimhen, no problems. But I don't think Napoli will give any level of discount for Osimhen for PSG because Napoli's got nothing else to gain from PSG. Napoli got Lukaku to gain from us. This is why there could be a bit of a discount for us to get Osimhen. Osimhen also, wants to join us. I know he's got personal terms agreed with PSG. He wants to earn a lot more money, no problems. But the stumbling block will be PSG will have to pay premium money to Napoli, in excess of 100 plus million, maybe even 120 million. And that's something that we don't want to do with Osimhen, and we have a good reason for it because we got Lukaku. We're dangling the Lukaku carrot out there. And I'm sure in return we can get some discount for Osimhen. But let's see. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. I feel like a striker is necessary more than Joao Felix. But if we don't end up getting a striker, look, Jackson can still continue up front. Joao Felix can continue up front. And Nkunku can continue up front. We're not probably going to send Mark Gui on a loan. So it's not ideal. I feel I would have liked someone like Osimhen, but I can live. I can live with that. I really can live with that. I think it should be all right. Spectra is saying Tony. Look, I don't think Tony's gonna. I think Tony's staying at Brentford. I think Tony's not moving anymore. I think he's staying. So that's not happening. Indigo, big up to you. I think the owners saw how disappointed the fans were with transfer window. They need their fan support. They had to get some experienced players to get fans back on board. Yeah, I agree. They probably saw the situation that, look, fans are not getting excited by all of these players that we're buying. We need to do something, and they've done something. And I have to say, kudos to the owners for bringing in Pedro Neto, for most likely bringing in Joao Felix, and I hope that we also bring in Osimhen. And at that point, we're primed to compete. We are primed to compete. I just hope that the defense clicks into gear. Ibrahim, big up to you. What about Jorgensen? I thought he was an upgrade on Sanchez. Why isn't he starting, man? Well, first of all, my man, we haven't even played yet. My brother's complaining, why isn't he starting? We haven't even played the game yet. Look, he may not start. It may very well be Robert Sanchez, but Jorgensen, look, we're probably just giving him a bit of time for him to adapt to a new country, to a new situation, new club. I'm sure he'll get his moment. I'm sure Jorgensen will see minutes in the cups, minutes in the Conference League. And if Sanchez slips up, which he's very well known to do so, then you best believe Jorgensen will jump into the situation and will take that. Why doesn't he start from the get-go? Look, I mean, I'm not really convinced with either of them anyway. I'm not really convinced with Jorgensen. I'm not really convinced with Robert Sanchez. So it doesn't really matter for me. If it's I think one thing we can say, Jorgensen, he's got from the little bits and pieces we've seen, I think he's got better distribution from than Robert Sanchez. That's something that we can see. Dave, big up to you. Because I read Chelsea attempted to swap Sterling for Chiesa yesterday, but failed due to Sterling wages, which Juve can't afford. What do you think Sterling reducing his wages and make it possible? Look, first of all, I think, Dave, that rumor, I don't know, man. I don't believe it at all, man. Di Marzio, he's known for. Look, Di Marzio can provide true information as well. Like this whole Lukaku business that's happening with Napoli, I think Di Marzio knows what's going on. That is a story that you can probably believe Di Marzio on. But Di Marzio, Sterling, Juventus, I don't think he knows what he's talking about. He just sees an opportunity to create a story because we're buying a lot of players. He's just creating a scenario that, Sterling needs to go because, essentially Sterling needs to go. We're bringing in a lot of players. It's not difficult. It's not rocket science. It's clear to see that Sterling, Madueke, Mudryk, these are surplus to requirements. So these journalists are also smart. They're just plucking out a player that is not being favored at the moment. So in this case, Chiesa with Juventus, and they're plucking out a player from Chelsea, putting the two together and creating a story. It's fantastic. It's very creative. I don't think personally it's true. And yeah, of course, Sterling's not going to reduce his wages, not to go to Juventus. There is no reason for Sterling to go to Juventus. Sterling, if anything, he'll go to another Premier League club. Sterling is not going to Juventus. Sterling, if he could, Newcastle would have been a good one for him. You know, if Newcastle could afford those wages, which I think they can. Aston Villa could be a good shout for Sterling. If he wants another London club, maybe West Ham. But West Ham, I don't think they can afford 300k. So look, I don't think Sterling will leave the Premier League. There's no reason for him to go to Juventus. There's absolutely zero reason for him to go to Juventus. Sterling's done it all. Like, there's not much that Sterling needs to do anymore. Faisal, big up to you. I respect your channel always being real, Miz. You have so many big platforms like Vince and Alex Goldberg bashing Mikel for his comments and being toxic positive. They don't like the truth or the reality. And look, you know what? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. This is a bit of a hot topic. We've touched on this. Breaking: Chelsea and Juventus tried to exchange Sterling for Chiesa, but it failed due to financial disagreements and issues. I think that's a load of bollocks. All right, now, John Obi Mikel's comments are creating a lot of controversy on social media, which I can somewhat understand, but at the same time, I'm like, how can you talk down on a legend, John Obi Mikel, absolute legend of the football club? Frank Leboeuf as well. I see a lot of fans these days. They don't want to hear the truth. They just don't want to entertain any level of. They call it negativity, but it's criticism. It's criticism, and it's valid criticism. They don't want to entertain it. I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, why are you know what bothers me the most? Live chat. Nearly 600 of you guys are live right now. Smash the like button, guys. Take the moment right now. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Let's get to 35,000 subscribers. This part of the conversation now will get very, very interesting. Do you know what? I don't understand why there are individuals out there in our fan base who are so hellbound on being overly positive. Look, I get you want to be positive because you want to drive positivity. You want to drive that positive vibe. You want to make sure people around you create a positive energy, which will also give you positive. But I feel like that is so fake. I feel like you're being so disingenuous. You're being so ridiculously fake. You're not being you. You're being something else. You're living in a fantasy world. You're not connected with the reality. I don't understand why you want to live like that. Why do you have to live in this alternative universe where it's all positive, which is fake positivity? I'd rather you be realistic. Now, I'm not saying you be overly negative. There's difference. Negativity, criticism, there's different. Like, I'll tell you what's negative. I'll give you negativity, right? Negativity. Cole Palmer is Cole Palmer can't repeat. Cole Palmer can't repeat last season. I fully believe Cole Palmer had a mad season last season. He can't repeat that. I feel that's being negative. That's not you being criticizing. That's not you being constructive. I mean, you can somewhat be constructive and say, look, it is mad to think that he can perform at that same level as last season, but it's highly likely that he might drop off a little bit. You can be constructive, but you can't just straight up call out that, there's no way he can perform like that last season. I feel like that is, or you may say, oh, Cole Palmer is his body structure. He looks weak. He's not strong enough. You know, that I feel like these are the things that you're being negative. You're being negative. When you're criticizing, like I'll tell you, this is where people they think I'm being negative. Like, say, for example, Madueke. I think Madueke has a lot of good, you know, he's got a lot of good skill set. His skill set has many attributes that are very good, right? 1v1. In terms of he's able to score goals. He can be quite a good goal scorer, right? So there's some good. He's got pace. There's a few important attributes in his skill set that you can be happy about. However, constructively, you can also say Madueke, he doesn't seem to have the vision all the time. He doesn't have that pass all the time. Whenever he cuts in, he doesn't always have that shot that a left footer from that right side needs to have. He doesn't always make the best decision in the final third. Now, people will take this, what I just said, the positives and the negative and the flaws in his game. They'll look at this as negative. They will not understand that this is constructive criticism. I don't understand why there are people in our fan base that are so overly needing to be positive. I don't get it. And in essence, they're being fake. I'm sorry, they're being fake. I rather you be honest with your opinions, honest with your judgment. So look, let's have a look at what John Obi Mikel said. John Obi Mikel reveals he has spoken to a sporting director at Chelsea and says that the structure of the club is a mess. So I actually kind of mixed up what John Obi Mikel was saying. I actually got mixed up by what PYS, the way he tweeted. I thought one of the club officials told him that it's a mess. Now, this is John Obi Mikel telling the club officials, sporting directors, that it's a mess. And then in return, the sporting director replied with the fact that this is a 5 to 10 year project and Mikel believes there is no such thing and we must win now and get back into UCL. A lot of people are saying, John Obi Mikel, you're crazy. How could you? Some people are saying, oh my God, 5 to 10 years? Whoa, this is the project, 5 to 10 years? And then there are other people that are like, John Obi Mikel, just keep your mouth shut. How can you ask for so much from this current squad? How can you ask for we must win now? Look, first of all, John Obi Mikel, he's talking from a fan. He's a fan now. He's not a player. Chelsea Football Club, we shouldn't be in a 5 to 10 year project. We've already wasted 2 years, Under this new ownership, we've already wasted 2 years. And the kind of business that we are looking to do this transfer window with the likes of Pedro Neto, that is, in the beginning, the business wasn't looking that great. But the likes of Pedro Neto, the likes of Joao Felix, hopefully maybe Osimhen, we'll see. And even without Osimhen, with Pedro Neto and Joao Felix, Keenan Dewsbury Hall, with all the other plethora of players that we have, we should start thinking about getting back to Champions League at a bare minimum. And then next season, we got to start competing for trophies. And even this season, we should be thinking about, competing for trophies. So John Obi Mikel has not said anything wrong. Chelsea Football Club under Roman, since Roman took over, it was all about winning trophies. Why should it now all of a sudden change under the new ownership? And on top of that, the new ownership have said, we want to win. We want to win. When you don't win, look at our sponsorship situation now. We don't even have a front of shirt sponsorship because we don't win. We're not in Champions League. We're just, at the moment, we're a nobody. And that this is not how Chelsea Football Club have operated. So John Obi Mikel has not said anything wrong. John Obi Mikel believes the club is a mess. Yes. When you kind of look back, what has the club achieved so far? What has the club achieved? Under the new ownership, the club's not achieved anything. Let's be honest, we've not achieved anything. All we've achieved is we maybe won transfer windows. We probably just won transfer windows. Under the new ownership, We've had several manager changes. We've bottled a final in the Carabao Cup. You can even say we bottled it against Man City in the FA Cup, albeit there was a referee off decision as well. And, so far, all it seems like buying a whole heap of players and then selling them. This is what we've done. This is what we have to do this season as well. We're going to sell a lot of players that we've already bought. So it is a bit of a mess. John Obi Mikel has not said anything incorrect. But there are certain fans out there that just, they can't handle it, man. They can't handle the truth, man. They just, for them, it's too much. It's too much. And they rather attack John Obi Mikel as opposed to actually demanding a lot more, which is sad. Mikel goes on to say, Mikel has Chelsea finishing 7th and says the club needs Osimhen to even think about higher. Yeah, look, that's his opinion, that Chelsea Football Club, he thinks he'll finish 7th. A lot of people have their logic behind that. New manager, a lot of new players. It's going to take a little bit of time to gel. Me personally, I think we should at least look, without Joao Felix or maybe Osimhen, I was going to say 5th, 5th, 6th, one of those ones. But with Joao Felix and potentially Osimhen, yeah, we should be 4th. But I can understand why Mikel is saying 7th. Yeah, injuries can happen. When times get tough, we could crumble. We've seen it. The past 2 seasons, we've seen it. It was only in the latter period of last season where we started to climb from being 10th towards 6th. Or else 3/4 of last season, we were rubbish. 3/4 of last season, we were rubbish. It was the final quarter where we put on some win. I think there was a winning streak of 6 or 7 games where we made up the ground. Or else, predominantly of last season, we were rubbish. We all know that. Most of the time last season, we were lingering around 10th and 11th. Season before that, we were rubbish. So it's understandable when people like John Obi Mikel don't feel optimistic about Chelsea. It's understandable. It's very understandable. He didn't say anything wrong. I swear to you, he didn't say anything wrong. But there are a lot of toxic positivists in our fan base that will say that, this guy's talking crap. Me personally, look, I'm always here to understand. We have to understand why one is saying. Why is John Obi Mikel saying this? We have to understand. You may not have to agree with it. Me personally, I don't think we'll finish 7th. I think we'll finish at least 5th, 6th. If we do all our transfer business that we're doing, hopefully we should finish 4th. Because I feel like we've got a lot of, we've got a lot of firepower. If the defense can just click and stay strong, then we've got a lot of firepower. But I also understand why some people think we can come 7th. We have to understand. We need to. We don't tend to, as a fan base, we don't tend to understand these days. We just want to put out our opinion and, F you to everyone else. Even after this stream finishes, watch all the comments I'm going to get. Moose, you F and this and waffling. People don't want to understand anymore. Football therapy guy is one of those who needs to be called out. Yeah. I've got a different opinion on that guy. J Money, there is a scheduled private flight from London to Madrid. This could possibly be Conor Gallagher. There you go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to slowly wrap things up because we'll have the Liverpool game, Ipswich-Liverpool coming up. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. That's the latest that's going on at Chelsea Football Club right now. I don't think there is any other news at the moment as we speak. Let me have a quick look if there's anything else that has dropped. We've pretty much covered everything. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button, guys, before you go. We've had 500 plus all throughout, nearly 600 at one point. Smash the like button before you go. Would love to see 500 likes. And if you're here for the first time, make sure you guys subscribe. Let's get to 35,000 subscribers. And I shall see you guys, inshallah, God willing, for Ipswich versus Liverpool later on today. and we will do a watch along then. Thank you, Miz. Appreciate the live. Appreciate you guys as well. See you guys very, very soon. Until next time, take care. See ya. Bye.